Okay, so in my channel, I've basically documented the Ather 450 and the 450X in great detail. Reviews, tips and tricks, charging infrastructure, riding experience, and much more. But there is this one thing which everybody wants to talk about, that is the range. That ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ question. I have given tips on how you can get a good range out of your Ather 450 or the 450X in bits and parts of multiple videos. But this is going to be one dedicated video where I compile all my facts and experimentations and let you guys know how you can achieve the best range out of your Ather 450s and the newer X's. So without any delay, this is Pawan and I Insist Tech. Let's get started. I want to give a quick disclaimer before moving on. That is, firstly, EVs have lithium-ion batteries and lithium-ion batteries deteriorate as you use them for 3 to 4 years regularly. So you can expect a range drop of 15 to 20% after 3 to 4 years of regular use. You can't do anything about it, it's just the nature of EVs. Secondly, all this information which I'm going to share with you is based on my own experiences and experimentations. So some of them might or might not work for you. Yeah, that's about it. Let's move on with the video then. The first thing which I'm going to tell you is to avoid rapid acceleration, aka have some patience. See, I'm no way telling you not to ride your scooter fast and not have fun with it. See, you won't be in a fun mood all the time, right? Accelerating gently ensures that you are not putting unnecessary load on the motor and letting it to gain momentum slowly and then accelerating quickly. You can make out if you're being a good person to the scooter or not by observing the red halo on your dashboard. More the red halo, lesser the efficiency that you're getting. So try to keep it at a minimum. Of course, it won't be zero, but don't make it fill up your whole dashboard. So you can't control this when you have pillion rider in the back or you are going uphill, but on flatter terrain and conditions where you have control, you can keep this to a minimum while you enjoy the best range numbers. And also, keeping this red halo to a minimum and accelerating gently, make sure you don't trigger your cooling fan quickly. Also, you can get the best range out of any modes in the scooter if you keep your red halo to a minimum and be smart with your braking patterns. I have times where I squeezed out 60 to 70 kilometers of range even while riding in sport mode throughout the whole duration. If you have the 450X, the same rules are gonna apply, but the warp mode is a bit more draining on the battery, so I would recommend using sport mode most of the time to get that best win-win situation from both the sides, both performance and the range. The next tip which I'm gonna give you is to not drive too fast too often. Yes, your Athers are too fast, but exceeding the economical limit very often might lead the battery to drain real quick even before you notice the SOC levels going down. Now this is due to the heat generated because you're running your motors too fast too often, which might lead to a lower range ultimately. Personally, I have found a sweet spot of 40 to 60 kilometers where I'm getting a good range number and better performance out of the scooter. See, now don't hesitate to drive your scooter fast, but don't really make it a habit. Now for probably the most underrated tip, which is to have right tire pressures and a clean drivetrain. Now see, if you're driving alone, make sure that you have exactly 30 in the front and 28 at the rear, and if you have a pillion rider, make sure you have 30 in the front and 32 at the rear. And you can check this information from that I button on your dashboard. Trust me, I've tried riding the scooters with non-perfect tire pressures and it sucks. It can significantly destroy your ride quality and adversely affect range too. Your rear wheels kind of feel weird if you don't have optimal tire pressures. So I recommend to keep checking your tire pressures for every 2 weeks or so to get the best range all the time. Keep the belt and rear monoshock as clean as possible. See, this is not a necessary thing to do all the time, but what's the harm in doing it if you are getting some minor improvements out of it? Your belt can collect dirt, gravel and all sorts of road garbage while you drive it every day, and this can cause unnecessary friction to drive the wheels, which can take up a lot more energy than it is supposed to. And the reason why I told you to clean your rear monoshocks often is because that can also collect dirt, gravel and all sorts of other garbage in there. It might not be a big deal, but as you drive your scooter for a long time, that can create unnecessary noise, which is annoying, and you don't want your scooter to feel like an old scooter, right? So better to pressure wash it whenever you can. Don't charge your scooters to 100% and drain it all the way to 0% all the time. See, you must make use of something called as partial charging cycles, where you charge it up to 80% and then discharge it up to 20%. Use the regen system smartly by just twisting the throttle backwards a little bit so that you can squeeze out that little bit amount of energy and send it back to the battery. I've spoken about charging, both public and private charging, about regenerative braking and also about fast charging in this particular video which I'm showing you right now, and I link it in the description too so that you can check out for more information. One more way you might be losing a lot of range is by not even riding the scooter. Yes, when you don't ride the scooter for a long time and keep it on standby, your battery will lose some amount of charge because there are some background processes running, like your location tracker and stuff. Just like your phone loses charge, you should keep it on standby for a long time. Now, Ather has tried pushing OTA updates to curb this problem as much as possible, but a battery is a battery. So I would recommend, if you're not using your scooter for more than 2 days in a row, just shut it down fully and let it rest there, because that will disable all the background processes, at least most of the background processes running, which can preserve some range of the scooter. Also keep in note that if you shut down your scooter, you won't be able to connect to your scooter via your app. Start taking your monthly ride reports, which are dropped in your inbox if you have a subscription, seriously. This infographic PDF can actually tell you a lot of information about your average charging cycles, your scooter efficiency, etc, etc. These are custom tailored to show you how your scooter is doing. So if you find a fault from your side which is hindering the scooter's range and performance, you can try to improve or fix it from your side. So there might be many more factors which can affect the range of your scooter, like the climate temperature or the riding styles or even the charging cycles or even the type of terrain where you live in. These are a few things which I think might give you the best range for those 3 units of electricity you use up to charge your scooter. There are some more detailed videos on the channel where I've dug deep into these experiments, but I would recommend you to drive your scooters more and more, conduct your own tests and figure out what works for your own driving styles to get the best possible range. My definition of best would be getting around 80 kilometers of range with driving speeds of around 40 to 50 kmph and not trying to reach top speeds. Your definition might differ, so figure it out. That was the end of the video then. If you have any more tips to tell me on how to get the best range out of your scooter, don't forget to comment them in the comment section below, and if you ended up liking the whole video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and as always, this is Pawan signing out.